Hi, Kevin McCloskey and Billy Woodward coming to you with Week 1 of Stable Talk from here at the Corral. Billy, the Stallions fall tonight by a score of 27-0 to Jacksonville. Was talking to some other guys earlier, just making the comment, the scoreboard doesn't reflect it, but this is a game.
Not.
The Stallions were in all the way, if not for the fumbles.
6 fumbles tonight that the offense lost. Jacksonville scores 7 points on us offensively, and that's the 30-yard touchdown pass and the point after there. That tells me the defense is way ahead of the offense for the Southwest Stallions. And the biggest thing that I see, I'm bald-headed, blind, and crippled, Kevin, as you well know, but when I'm standing in that press box up there and I can see the running backs and the quarterbacks running on this field with the football out here as far as they're watching too much pro football and wanting to be the pros, and it's being stripped from them. Jacksonville's talented. That's exactly what happened.
And you tack on roughly 2 quarters of the game tonight. The second quarter and the third quarter were played in a misty rain, which adds to the slipperiness of the ball, obviously, and contributed to the problem. Turning point in the game, we had 1st and goal down here in the second quarter and fumbled the ball and just we had a chance to tie the game. And, it didn't ruin the game for the Stallions, but it certainly set the tone as it sort of spiraled out from down here. Let's talk about some of the positives. First of all, I want to talk about the stadium itself. The last time I was here and you were here was after, the hurricane and everything else, and things weren't in shambles, but they weren't in too good a shape. The corral's back to looking good. The field's great. Kudos, and the stadium's looking great with the signage and the new paint. Kudos to the football staff that came out here and painted the field, all the Booster Club people that put in the time and the effort to make this place what it is. It's someplace special.
It's the Booster Club will come out here with the staff and they paint this field, and they put their hearts in it. They start on Tuesday or Wednesday if they can, and certainly by Thursday night they're putting all the final touches on this football field for the painting and everything. Then the Booster Club has always been a big part from day one of this program that started playing football. This, is the 44th season, started back in 1976. And so, the community's behind this team and this program, and they'll be there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Now back to the game. We talked about the fumbles earlier, 2 of them in particular. I can't think of another game where the opposing team had ballpark 150 yards of return fumbles for touchdown. One was basically a 50-yarder from midfield, where it was a typical Stallion play, where the running back was fighting for extra yards. The line was pushing him and pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. Next thing you know, a guy from Jacksonville squirts out with the ball, goes 50 yards for a touchdown. Similar down here, inside the 20,
right.
Similar kind of play, pushing, fighting for extra yards. The guy strips out. Next thing you know, he's running the other way, 80 yards for a touchdown. It's just ridiculous.
I knew he was around the 25, between the 20 and the 25, and I gave him credit for a 75-yard touchdown run, and he may have a few more extra yards, but still the same thing. And I see both sides of that. I want to say great for the effort for trying to get some more, but at some point you've got to understand, I've got a few positive yards, let's get on the ground, let's go back and let's get the rest of it there and not lose the ball. And that happened several times tonight.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I want to talk about the Stallion defense. I want to shout out to them because they played outstanding. As you noted, really, they gave up 1 touchdown early in the game. It's sort of the defensive back jumped a little earlier than he should have. Could have been an interception, turned into a touchdown. Yeah. Aside from that, they played lights out. I mean, I was very pleased with them.
Very lights out. As I said, the defense is definitely way ahead of the offense this early in the game. They've got to look at the films, and they got to understand these kids, both offense and defense, because there's some things that can still be done on the defense. But they got to look at these films this beginning of the week. They got to listen to the coaches and get ready for Wallace Rose Hill. You're talking about revenge. I mean, here comes Wallace Rose Hill in here next Friday night. We beat them at Wallace Rose Hill and then beat them here in the playoffs last year. 2 losses to the Stallions. They're going to come in here for nothing but blood, and the Stallions have got to be ready. It's going to be a tough non-conference schedule for the Stallions, and I'd rather see that than us go and play teams that we beat 63-0 or 56-7 or something if they get the second and third string in, and then hit the conference and then hit the playoffs and say, whoa, what happened to our big team? So.
Yeah, I checked the score for Wallace tonight. They won big. I was like 44-0 over East Blade. I think it was East Blade. I know nothing about them, but who knows? But I imagine they will come in here looking for revenge, and I know they're going to be a solid team. Back to the Stallions, though. Another thing to be, I talked to some other folks on the sideline saying, in spite of all this, in spite of losing 27-0, we're going to be all right. There's a tremendous youth movement here. And most of the guys making plays tonight were underclassmen. And you take away the fumbles. We're not going to fumble the ball 6 times and have 2 in return for a touchdown every game, I hope. I think they're going to be okay. It's going to be tough these non-conference games, White Oak we should win. I expect to win, but with East Duplin, who knows there, and Wallace Rose Hill is going to be a dogfight, no pun intended.
Oh, that's for sure. And the other thing that I want to tell you, they're sophomores. The ones that seem to be making the key plays were the sophomores tonight that really came up on the deal. Now, in the first quarter, I was real pleased with the way that Davis Nobles was moving with the team offensively there. And I knew that he was going to, the coaching staff was going to rotate the 2 quarterbacks out and all, and you got to early in the season to see what's going on. But I thought that Davis did a real good job. I also thought that Isaac had some good times in there as well. So that's still going to be up and down on the deal, and I don't know that it's too bad to have 2 quarterbacks as you're going around for a little while longer also. On a negative note, that I want to say this one thing, 27th time that the Stallions have been shut out in a regular season game in 43 years and 1 game here. It's the 27th time that they've ever been shut out, and the Cardinals have 3 of those 27 shutouts there. Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, we'll wrap it up for tonight. Again, next week we're welcoming the Bulldogs back from Wallace Rose Hill, so Stallion fans, get out here and support your team, and hopefully it'll be another good night and the Stallions will correct these mistakes and get back on track.
Absolutely. Go Stallions.